Hey, we're here, one and only channel for running a business in the US as a non-American citizen. Today I'll cover everything from advantages of having a US business, picking a company type, which state to form, how much does it cost to maintain a company, what happens if you want to close it, pretty much everything you must be aware of before forming a business as a non-American. So if you watch until the very end, I promise you will get all your doubts addressed, questions answered, and fully aware of what's waiting for you when you have a US company. Shortly, there's some key advantages of owning a US company. Number one, USD is the most used and traded currency in the world. You will have access to American dollars. Number two, the credibility. So you will have bigger trust. If you're looking for getting an investment, for example, you're most likely to get it as a US company. You'll be trusted more. Same for the US banks. They will trust you more to have an account from them. And number three, the most important one, America is still the best and the biggest market in the world. The population is big, buying force is huge. People just spend and buy in here. So it's one of the greatest economy in the world, if not the best. USA itself can be a reason to have a company just to access all the resources and opportunities you will have. So with all these reasons, one of the questions I get is, what are the requirements? Can just everyone get it? Well, unless your country is not sanctioned or restricted, which I'll be listing below, getting a US company is just like shopping online. You only need to provide basic information, identification document like passport, and picking a company name. That's it. So while picking a company name, I just recommend avoid using bank, university, college, insurance, and trust in your wording. Anyway, so getting in is easy, but what about maintaining it or dissolving, aka closing? I will get to that at the end. And first, let's discuss different entity types. So there are two different entity types. One, limited liability company, LLC, and two, corporation, C Corp. You might have heard about S Corp. This one is only for permanent residents, the green card holders, or the US citizens. I'll be giving short tax information as well, so legal disclaimer, I'm not a tax advisor or any IRS representative. If you are just a beginner, LLC is simply the option to go for. If you'll form a single member LLC, you will not need to pay or file taxes for the company. You pay your income you have from the company individually. If you will have investors or it's kind of like a big scale business, C Corporation can be better option because your company will also have shares, and also unlike LLC, additionally you need to file and pay income tax of the company with 1065 form. After that, you file and pay your own individual tax as well, just the same way that you were doing with the single member LLC. By the way, I have the best video that explains US taxation for non-residents, so make sure you're checking that one as well from my channel. If we understand type of company to choose, let's look at the options for the state. So if you will have any business activity when you start or in the future, like potentially doing anything in a particular state, it would be better to choose that state. But if you conduct business activities online and you will not live or reside in that state, you can choose Delaware, Wyoming, Florida, or New Mexico to avoid paying additional state tax. Again, please check my full video to understand all of this taxation stuff better. So Delaware out here is the most popular one. 40% of the companies are based in the US or in Delaware. Millions of companies, so pretty much it's easier to deal with them and it's very accessible. If you have any lawsuit or anything going on, you can visit the state easily. The only issue is at this moment I'm doing this video, Delaware state cannot cope with the work they have, so they're extremely slow. Plus, the other thing that some people don't like, there's additional flat $300 franchise tax you need to pay regardless whether you do any revenue or not. If you're in super on budget, you can consider Wyoming and New Mexico, since the flat annual payment you will do to these states are about $50. In my opinion, it will not matter where your company is based, but what's important is what's waiting for you after you form your company. So here are the costs you should consider. First thing, every US business must have a registered agent. You will pay something starting from $50 to up to $120 average for registered agency fee. Second thing, the state will have either $50 to $300 franchise tax or annual report fee. This one is flat. It doesn't matter if you made any revenue or not. The third, if you made any revenue, you will also pay around $200 to $600 for filing taxes only. And lastly, after you filed your taxes, if you made any profit, you will be paying flat 937 of your profit. Again, this is like a deeper topic. Make sure you check the video that I have in my channel about taxation. So there's average $400 to up to $1,000 annual payment you should expect. Getting in could be easy, but maintaining a company is also another topic. So make sure you know your numbers well before you actually opening a business. Because in any case, if you want to close, the dissolution cannot be done without paying the franchise tax. After that, depending on the state, you also need to pay $300 to $600 to close your company. So even if you decide to close the day after you opened it, you should be ready for dissolution plus the franchise tax fee, which can exceed $1,000 easily. So my ultimate advice is, if this is the hard cash of your $1,000 that you put aside and you have no other cash flow, maybe it may not be the best for you to get in and start a US company. Anyways, I'm assuming that you will have a business and actually making money in the year that you start your business. So these should not be super much of your concern, but it's good to be aware of. So ultimately, if you're looking for a new company formation, the best option you can go for is myusllc.com. I'll be putting a link in the description. The service is just great, super simplified, affordable, and as a non-resident, you'll be understood the most by them. Again, we came to the end of another full value video with very easy explanations. Thanks a lot for watching until the end. You might have additional questions. I'll be personally trying to reply them all. So make sure you write down a comment below. Plus, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button to watch more videos about owning a business in the US as a foreigner. I also assume that you already hit the like button. So I'm pretty much looking forward to see you on my next videos.